you.
This is Tuesday the 1st of November 2022. The Irish Local there. We're with Jelka Ball.
And he's the other one. He's the other one. Hey, yeah, don't be biting me now. This other one there behind her, Lee. This one. I can't get the other one. The chestnut. Hey! You can't get the other one behind her. Chestnut, who's that? Who? Hey!
Can't see you. Anyway.
Can't get here.
Across the sea.
Across the sea, and she's going to be sold, Jesus. She's going to be sold, Vic. Oh yeah, but devastation news for you folks. No, I'm not going to break it to anybody, but there's a lot of mares going to be sold at the Goss breeder stock sale in November, the 18th and 19th, including a lot of mares that you may know from over the years, including Veronica Falls. Veronica Falls, who I know back from when we first came here, like 5 years ago. We have a long history, me and Veronica Falls, and we have a very strong, very close relationship with Veronica Falls. We go back a long way, as you know. I've known her since I came to the stud 5 years ago. I read up her details, up her progeny there the other day as I was looking up all the information about all the lots, and I took under her name. And 2021, apparently she lost a foal. Apparently there was a dead foal. Dead foal in 2021, and I never knew that she had lost a foal in 2021. That came quite a shock to me. Veronica Falls said apparently she lost a foal last year, and I never knew that she had lost a foal last year. But apparently she's one of my friends who's going to be sold, and another friend of mine who you know very well. She's also been my best friend for she's here since 2018, but I only had a first close interaction with her since 2019. Buldara, she's the chestnut mare that you know very well. She's going to be sold as well. She's had a lot of meetings. She's had a few meetings with the Invincible Spirit. You know, it was 2 meetings with the Invincible Spirit, and I don't think she met him this year. I can't remember who she foaled with this year, but she did foal with them this year. And you know, I only had 1 meeting with her. Last year, I only had 1 association with her, kind of association with her this year. Up at the Black Cherry Yard. I think it was up in May 12th or something. I think it was May 12th, May 12th. I think it was May 12th. I think we're up with them. We were with Anna at the time, and I got photographed with her because she's coming in. They're leading her in some of the paddocks, and I got a little chat with her, kind of a chat with her in the stable in the Black Cherry Yard, and she's a bit agitated, a bit antsy because she's waiting for her feed. They're bringing the feed in, and all the mares are getting anxious for the food, and so I didn't really have any association with her at all this year. And I saw her a few times in the field. I was talking to Flaming Princess around July. She was in the field opposite her, at the behind the paddock near the stables area, the Black Cherry Yard. She's that field across the way, and with a few other mares, including El Memory and a few other mares in there, including Sona Grata was in there one time as well. She was in that field, and I met her again later in the year after Flaming left, and she was trying to call out to her, and she wouldn't come over. She wouldn't come over at all. I was trying to get her over, and she wouldn't come over. I was feeding wheelings, I was feeding foals, grass. She was in that field, and I met up with the Skies Blazing as well. The Skies Blazing was in that field, and as well, I was trying to call her over, and I got a few hellos with the Skies Blazing. Remember that? I got a few hellos with the Skies Blazing. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And in the same field was Buldara. Buldara's in that field. I had to get a hello with Buldara. She wouldn't come over. But I had no association with her, and I only had 1 association with her, or a few associations with her in 2020. And all 3 associations were in the Kildare Yard. All three associated with the Kildare Yard, and no association with her at all in the paddocks. So I didn't, all in all, not many associations with her at all at the time she was in the stud. So at all. She's my best friend, and anytime I'm with Baldara or I see her, I always get very emotional. So I miss you gushy that she's been going, and that she's going to just be missed. And Starbright is another one. She's going as well. And Vanilla Quince is another one. Vanilla Quince, as you know, we have a very strong bond. She's always licking my hand. You know, a very close connection with Vanilla Quince. So you've seen a lot with me and her a lot this year. You've seen a lot of moments with me and her this year. I'm very close, you know. The intimate interactions with her this year. You might have seen me in the nurseries with her this year, licking my hand and stuff. Very close, a lot of intimate interactions with her this year. The nurseries, licking my hand. She's always licking my hand. All the years I've known her, I think I know her. Was it 5 years? I know her 5 years as well, don't I? Vanilla Quince. And she's always licking my hand. She always came over to me. She always licked my hand. She's very licking is kissing. In case I wonder about. And Vanilla Quince is going, and across the sea, who is seen here, there's one of her boats is here across the sea. She's the daughter of the Bowie. She's going as well. I'm only getting to know her. She's only come to the stud this year. It was the first year at the stud. My first meeting with her was this year, and she's going. I'm only getting to know her. I've only known her about only a few months, like 6 months or something. To Bowie, she's going. Simona is going. She's another one that's going, and I always assumed that she was the daughter of See the Stars because of her name, Simona, plus C in the name. Apparently she's not into See the Stars at all. Her star is Tis Wonderful. You see, I didn't think the two names kind of linked very well together. It didn't sound well together because the Tis Wonderful and Simona. Tis Wonderful kind of sounded more like he'd be more linked to Tis Now. In fact, actually, the thing is that in actual fact, he is linked to Tis Now because Tis Now is actually his star. Tis Now is actually Tis Wonderful star. So he is related to Tis Now. Tis Now is Tis Wonderful star. So he is related to Tis Now. But I always assumed that Tis Now would be something to do with I always assumed Simone has something to do with See the Stars, but obviously not. I've looked at her door and I was actually quite surprised, you know. And another one is who's the other one that I saw? Love Street. She's also going. Love Street is another one that's going. And Love Street and I have a lot of history. We have a lot of history. Me and Love Street. We have a lot of history. Me and Love Street have a lot of history. You know, and even though you know the Love Street, as you know, she hasn't been always very sociable. As you know, you probably noticed yourself over the years that I've known her. She hasn't been always very sociable, always willing to go over to the fence. But we have a very, very fond of Love Street. And another one that's been sold is what other names is that?
Winyala.
What?
Winyala.
Yeah, but Winyata, I have a very close relationship with Winyata. Yeah, I was gutted about Winyata. I can't believe she's going. Only she fell in love with Winyata. She's lovely. She had a foal this year. Her foal had a naval infection this year. Early this year. What was it? What month of the year was that she had naval infection? That must have been the May, June, or April, May, something like that. We're in the spring
area somewhere.
We're in the hay shed area. We're in the hay shed, and he had a big huge bandage around his neck, and apparently he had a naval infection. He had to go for surgery of something, and but he recovered well. And I lovely sessions with her in the back of the nursery tree as we had no grass, and lovely times with her feeding her grass, and I could really miss her too. And who other one was her? What was there?
Across the sea, is that one of them?
Damage across the sea. Yeah, together. It's a pole reared up there.
Mm-hmm.
You're reared up. Apparently this pole hasn't got a tag on him. Who else?
Forget now.
This pole hasn't got a tag on him. There's no tag on him there. This one hasn't got a tag. This one hasn't got a tag on him. Apparently there's 14 altogether. How many was that I mentioned? How many names did I mention altogether?
Okay, I don't know. 7, 6, 7.
You other names there. Oh yeah. Ajimaway.
Dreamway, yeah.
Yeah, she's going to.
Yeah.
And Dreamaway and I, when she first came here, Dreamaway wasn't at the main stud. She was, Dreamaway was over at the Black Cherry Yard. Unfortunately, I can't aim the camera at that area because there's people coming down. Black Cherry Yard is near towards the Blanford Yard. It's down this path. You go turn left up this way, up that way, at the Black Cherry, up that direction. But it was up that direction. She was up that side when she first came to the stud, but she didn't come to the stud until the following year down to the main stud. She didn't come to the main stud until the following year, so I didn't know her that long. And she foaled one year with my friend who God, I can't. Sorry, that's a different. He passed away, September 15th in Australia. National Defence covered with her 1 year. I'll be coming in on the 3rd of coming in on Thursday, the 3rd of November, to do a talk about a national at the Sun Charity Yard, by the way, folks, because Thursday would be Liam and I would have known him 5 years on Thursday, because we met him 5 years ago in the Sun Charity Yard, and 5 years ago. So we're going to be doing a talk in the Sun Charity Yard at the stable where Liam and I first met him. We met him at the corner stall in the Sun Charity Yard 5 years ago, the 3rd of November. So I'll be going to be doing a talk at that stable on Thursday at the Sun Charity Yard to mark the 5 years that we know that we first met him 5 years ago. Be coming in the stud on Thursday to mark that special day that we first met up with them at that actual stable. I'll be doing a talk at that stable on Thursday where we first met him 5 years ago. Whoops, 5 years. Yeah, we would have known him 5 years on Thursday. We did a talk at that stable where we first met him in 2017. He came on the Tuesday, the 2nd, but we didn't meet him until the following day. He arrived on the Thursday evening, the 2nd of November, but we met him on the Friday, the 3rd. So the 3rd is following on a Thursday this year, but we met him on the Friday 5 years ago. It was on the Friday. It was on a Friday 5 years ago, but one on a Thursday this year. So we're going to be doing a talk at the stable on Thursday. Sun Charity Yard. So it'll be my first time at the Sun Charity Yard since the end of May. Because the end of May was the last date that I filmed there. Because the end of May was when all the stables were practically empty. There's only one foal in the Sun Charity Yard on 31st of May. That was the last foal born. Last foal born was on the 31st of May in the Sun Charity Yard. So that was the last foal that was born. There's only one foal in the foaling unit on the 31st of May. So that was my last visit there. So this will be my first visit there since the end of May. So which is quite a long time when you come to think of it. And I don't usually go to the Sun Charity Yard around this time of year. I would normally go to the Sun Charity Yard this time of year, but Thursday is a very special day. It's a very important day for me because it's the 5th anniversary since we met National, and we met him at the actual stable. So that's where I would do the talk. But and it's also because he passed away, as you know, September, 15th September. So that's also another reason why I'm doing it, because he passed away, and he's also a very good friend of mine. He's also a very good friend and a very special horse, I know, because being the son of a Invincible Spirit as well. But so I'm not getting much action here, so I go down to the main Langford yard, Posa.